It was going to be the police precinct.
We're trying to sell that property, because at the time, that was going to be the original home of the traffic. We're going to try to sell that. We've been contacted by email, GNW, and I got to say this, when you say it, well, people like it now. It is what it is. We've been contacted by email, GNW, they want to put an office in our mall. I'm saying, that ain't going to happen. We don't need, so we're trying to get them to buy that property because it has great parking. It's a site off from the mall. So we're trying to get email GNW to buy that site as opposed to going into the mall, because we don't think that's an appropriate use, inappropriate. It's not the highest best use for a mall property. Okay? So we don't want them to be tenants. So, yes,
What would be the size of a new Raleigh library once it's in the mall? Can you give me some of that?
It's proposed at 28,000 square feet.
And this is a concept plan, because keep in mind, this is all a concept right now. So when it's built, don't think it's going to look just like this. Because what we're going to do is meet with Walmart and some of the other retailers on the sites, retailers, to say, what will entice you to be here? So we don't want to build first and then bring them on later, since they're the one with the private dollars driving this. So this is a concept plan, and it may change a little bit based on our meeting with the retailers. Okay? Yes, ma'am.
As the branch manager of Raleigh now, my concern, and I don't want to rain on the parade, my concern is all the wall, and thinking of a branch with carpet, beautiful furniture, and young people coming in the branch wet. That's just just cringing.
No, I understand.
Just cringing.
That shouldn't be a problem. I think we can work around that.
Okay.
It may not be that big a fountain anyway. It's a concept.
It looks large.
Yeah, it's a concept. It's a concept thing.
Okay.
It's a concept.
I think our parks director thought it was a little too big also.
Thank you.
That's a good point.
Wouldn't that kind of be a strange mixture, though, of a grocery store and a police precinct or something there?
No, not really. No. If you try to make people feel safe and increase foot traffic. And it may not be right together. Here again, it's a concept plan, because once you get the architects together with the retail people, then they'll say, okay, that belongs here as opposed to there.
So I have one other question as branch manager.
Okay.
Our concern right now is teens. What can we do, or how will the teens, young people, come to this area? The skating is great. That's one thing. But what will draw teens, young people?
I think the retail would draw out some of them, yeah. And I think the skate park, and I think the water beach and things like that. But you got to be real careful. We don't want to become a teen hangout either. And that's what it's destroyed out.
But we need the teens in the library, because right now they're not using the library.
But that is a fine line, man, because let me tell you what's happening to Oakwood right now. The teens are killing Oakwood Mall. The teens are killing Oakwood Mall, and they're killing Southland Mall. Killing, literally killing. So we got to be real careful that we strike a balance, because that demographic turns adults off, and it's also literally killing the malls. So we got to be real careful that we balance this attraction, because Oakwood Mall is a good example of how teens have killed that mall.
But you put in that library into, and I have to reiterate this, I have to put it down for the record.
Sure.
You put in a 28,000 square feet library.
And that's been done before.
And I have to put this on record.
It's on the record.
Thank you.
And that's your opinion, and you're entitled to that. Because we have a library at Southgate Mall. There's a library at Southgate Mall. And there are libraries at a lot of malls, so that's not that different from other cities. We just late in doing it. Other cities have put libraries in malls for years. Memphis is just in the tail end of it, that's all. But I go back again, we got to be real careful about that teen demographic and attracting adults to that mall. Because teens have a different behavior set, they act different, and adults tend not to want to be with them. Not that they're bad people, it's just that there's a different demographic.
I guess I think we ought to be careful about using the word mall. Mall has a vision of.
It's not an enclosed building.
No, it's a town.
Town.
So I kind of steer clear of mall.
Call it open air. Call it open air.
Town center.
Open air.
And I guess I would like to see a little bit more parking out front rather than directing everything off Scheidler off the backside.
Yeah, but keep in mind, it's a concept. It's a concept now. It's still a concept.
I understand, but,
Yeah.
you know, she's taking notes.
Yeah.
More parking.
Take notes.
More parking.
Yeah.
People on Austin P, if they see a big lake, which I like the water feature, but they gotta get around it to get to the back, and they're not gonna bother going all the way around if that's the only parking. People are gonna
Right.
take the, they wanna park close, they're not gonna drive the extra quarter mile.
We'll take all the
Park in
considerations.
front.
Well, why would they
Visible.
put a lake in front of the store?
Well,
Why would you put a lake there?
you
It's
gotta
just a
have
water
some
feature.
water retention.
It's too.
Like with all the
it's
parking
too-
and all the hardscapes, the water, the rainwater,
It's
it's gotta
very
go somewhere. So water retention, you see those all over town.
Okay.
I
But it
know.
doesn't necessarily have to be
Right,
There you
yeah,
go.
right, exactly what you're talking about. So that's one of the things with stormwater. So the Overton Square garage, you know, underneath the garage is a 1 million cubic foot detention pond. So what it does is it takes the overflow from rainwater and stuff like that to make sure that the storm sewers aren't over infused with water. So it's a dual purpose in that way.
Water's gonna go.
Right. Exactly, but putting that at one spot on the site, yeah. Yeah, directing it to one spot.
And we'll take all these comments, and before we finalize everything, we'll
Yeah,
come back and,
absolutely.
say, this is a concept right now, we got more input, before we finalize everything, we'll do that.
I'm looking at the jobs that it may create, and all it's doing at this point is just taking jobs you already have and moving them around.
Well, that's what you're gonna attract other retail, hopefully.
Well, maybe, but I'm thinking of a job that would pay the minimum wage, like the call center or something, because people out in the Raleigh area do need jobs.
Yes.
And it doesn't have to be like, $50 an hour. It could be somewhere in there that would have them, that wouldn't have to leave the area to go
Right.
work. And the young people could even work there. But I really think but the police station and the other things you mentioned, that's the same employees. So it's not real, it needs to create a few more jobs.
Well, hopefully, with a safe environment, walking environment is gonna create, people want to go to work, chase, they'll feel safe coming there.
It would be nice.
Yeah, hopefully, let's hope so anyway.
Oh, I'm thinking of a call center, but I mean, that's just one idea.
Mike?
Director Lipscomb, I want to thank you for hanging in here with us, with the Raleigh Community Council and everybody in Raleigh, because you've done a great job. Councilman Morrison's done a great job. All of y'all have. And we're starting to see sunlight on this project, and with the police presence right there, it's going to have to bring good retail down on the other end. And my wife loves to go walking over in Bartlett because it's safe with the police presence, and that walking trail is going to really help out things and the retail business. So I'm very happy.
Some housing in Raleigh too, because, we're talking about putting some middle income housing.
Right.
Because I think here again, people want to shop, they want to feel good. So we can start doing this, then we can kind of put some middle income housing, not affordable housing, but some senior housing and some middle income housing. Because now the neighborhood is better, it will attract a more middle class persons, middle class family housing. And that's what we got to do, because there's been new housing in Raleigh. When was the last time we had new housing in Raleigh? I can't remember. It's been a long time. So hopefully
Let
we'll
me
start
ask you
doing
about
that.
the housing. Are you saying it wouldn't be on the property?
Oh, no ma'am, no ma'am. I'm just talking in the area.
Try to get some more in there.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's a good question too, if that's the case, because think about the city, and you've got so much property going to Millington. And my understanding is the reason that's not developed is the sewer system. Is that true? That there's no sewer system like north of Egypt Central?
I don't think so.
But I mean, if you want more housing,
You gotta
that would be
create
another
some-
batch of money to find, but the city, that is still Memphis, I believe.
I think
It is. It goes in and out depending on where you go. But I don't know the exact reason. But you have to have the infrastructure. Absolutely.
True, that's a separate issue than it is.
But see, we get this, maybe the racetrack will, I think everything starts to fit. If you get Bass Pro, you get Graceland, it makes it more important now to look at the racetrack. And that, if we do the Raleigh-Millington Road, those people come into Raleigh as opposed to going where? somewhere else. So I think it's all beginning, if you start looking at how it all ties together, because demographics, race for demographics of Bass Pro, that's also your racetrack demographic. Maybe there's enough people now that come back and do the racetrack. So I think we have to look at how it all begins to tie together. So,
You
it may not be
don't
my
have
like.
to actually have the property rights yet, is it, you can't make a prediction on when demolition of the mall might.
Well, it's gonna be, I'll let him do it, because it depends on acquisition.
I mean, right now, we have to have this here, and we have a process. This is something that we've used since 1999 with other neighborhoods and other housing facilities where we utilize land acquisition to do that. And we know right now we're looking at a process that'll probably take us about 8 months to acquire. The end result of it is, as Director Lipscomb mentioned, in the event that we're unable to negotiate, of course, is the right of eminent domain. It's not a situation ever where you have someone that owns property that now doesn't own anything and doesn't get anything for it. It's still a fair market value transaction. It just allows us to be able to retain the property rights upon filing the suit so that we can move on with the project. And that law was created in mind with the fact that cities have to move forward. The citizens demand it in order to continue to grow. So you can't have a whole project held up because you've got one person that wants to make $1 million of property that may be worth not even 1% of that. So we'll move on with it, and we can pretty much carve out a timetable of about 8 to 12 months to get land acquisition and everything else flowing.
Sometime next year, hopefully early next year.
Hopefully even earlier than that, considering the fact that the mall property itself does not have a lot of owners, and the owners themselves have been waiting to sell. So hopefully we'll be able to do that in a short order, but we have to give it some time for contingencies and things. We have to expect the unexpected when it comes to this type of
And
thing.
keep in mind, we've done it before, we look at Uptown.
Right.
If we had to domain Uptown, we had to condemn a judge's property, Judge K. Rebellion. The average property was like $28,000, and she wanted like $60,000 for the property. So we had to condemn her property and take her property. So it is, you have to do it sometime. And I think people are reluctant to do it because property rights are important. However, I think the fact that you want to make progress trumps that person's zeal to get excess property. So it ain't gonna be easy. I'm just gonna tell you, it's not gonna be easy.
What about the bank? Whatever.
Bank of America.
Bank of America that's sitting out there. It seems like that could relocate and
Well, we're hoping so.
We've already actually started talking to them, and they're definitely interested in moving forward with us. So that's a process now that we're beyond this that we can really get into. But we've actually started talking to their representatives.
or just picture living in the pond.
That's what, they've got a nice spot on the southern end with the drive-through spot and all that stuff. So yes, ma'am, that has been part of the larger overall scheme.
All right. Any other questions? Be glad to. Does it sound okay to y'all?
Yes.
Ready to move
Yes. By all means.
Okay. And we don't mind. When we get our arms around something, we don't give up. We're like a bunch of bulldogs. Okay.
Is any thought been given to whether the white brick wall, which is a very nice wall in the back with the crepe myrtle, it's a real attractive feature, I think.
Retain
Any
it.
thought of that?
Yes, but
Well, I mean, I can do
yeah, I think that was thought to have remained.
We'll put it on this. Put it
It's
on.
like all around, they go straight down the back way, they're just really pretty.
Right, yeah.
We'll consider that. Put right there.
Yep, oh, yes.
Put right down everything.
Costs a lot of money to get that nowadays. If you try to
Save
put
the
it
place.
in- Put in that fence and get those
Anything
windows
else?
that big. Costs a
We
lot of
appreciate
money.
y'all coming out. And,
Maybe they'll get to stay before you retire.
You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
Have you heard it too? Have you heard it too? Have you heard it too? You know, it's like, I gotta explain this. Let me tell you what happened. And I've been doing this for 22 years, okay? I've been doing this for 22 years. Mike Matthews, the guy on channel 24, asked me, he asked me one day, he said, you